Hello guys! Did you guys watch the wonderful Easter production with a live in concert Jesus Christ Superstar? I know I did. Woo! Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian. In this video is going to be a video on my actual experience. I just finished watching Jesus Christ Superstar, which just came on TV with John Legend as Jesus Christ and Alice Cooper as King Herod. I so knew when I heard that Alice Cooper was going to be cast in Jesus Christ Superstar. I was like, I'm sure he's going to be Herod. I have a feeling he is going to be Herod. And he was Herod. That man walked on the stage in a gold suit that had skeletons on it. He had a cane. Saw that coming. Guys, I just finished seeing it, and I'm not gonna lie, Jesus Christ Superstar is one of those shows. I love Jesus Christ Superstar, and it's not even from a religious standpoint. I mean, I am a person who does believe and all that, but those people who are atheists or agnostic, you're awesome too. Guys, seriously, you're all awesome. So it's not like for religious reasons I actually watch it. I watch Jesus Christ Superstar because I just love that show. It is such a good show. Andrew Lloyd Webber, oh god damn it, they did a good job when it came to making and creating that show. It was a wonderful show. And I remember when I first saw it, it was the video of, like, I think from the 70s, the Jesus Christ Superstar with Ted Neely and Carl Anderson as Jesus and Judas. And even though some of the singers in that movie were not the best, I still loved them and I loved them. Oh my god, I love them so much. So when this was announced that this was going to be done this Easter, and come out on Easter, I was like, oh god. Jesus Christ Superstar can either go really well or really badly. It's a difficult show to do. And then I found out that John Legend was cast as Jesus, and I was like, oh my god, he is so talented, but I had no idea he could even do a character like this. Jesus is a difficult character, so even though I like John Legend, and I know he is uber talented, I was worried that it was just, this is going to be too hard of a role, because Jesus Christ Superstar is a terribly hard role. Oh, I was petrified, even though I love him. So, then it came on TV, and I said, I'm still going to be excited to watch this. I hope it's good. I'm going to believe in my heart it's going to be good. What is my verdict on the matter? Guys, Jesus Christ Superstar that just came on tonight was fantastic. Oh my freaking god! Sorry, I'm doing a dance again. Whoa! Okay, sorry. I got it out of my system now. I'm back. I'm totally back. I'm really back, guys. I am. So, yeah. This production of Jesus Christ Superstar, it was well cast. It was well directed. It was well shot. The choreography was wonderful. The musicians were absolutely incredible. Everything about it worked. The costuming was delightful. They found a way to make it fresh while at the same time still making it feel like it was old and classical at the same time. It did everything it needed to do and more. And John Legend as Jesus Christ, he was very good. He worked with his singing style, his range. He understood what he could do, and he did it to perfection. He was wonderful as Jesus. And then comes the first singer of the evening, which was Judas. As we all know, the first really song besides the overture, after the overture, is Heaven on Their Minds, sung by Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot. This guy, I thought nobody could beat out Carl Anderson. I know Ben Vereen was the first Judas, and I'm sure he was great, but I never saw him. I didn't even really hear his performance of it. I just saw Carl Anderson in the one from like the 70s or 60s, and Carl was excellent. After that point, I've seen other Jesus Christ Superstars. I never saw anyone as good as Carl. This guy was fantastic. This actor they got to play Judas Iscariot, this singer, was perfect. He was handsome as well as talented, and he could move. When we finally got to the last song of the evening, Jesus Christ Superstar, this man was on the ground singing, rolling around while he was singing. He was into it, and he just belted that out at the end. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll go sing my shot. So, Heaven on Their Minds, fantastic. It was well done. It was well placed. Where Jesus was, talking with other apostles or disciples and other people, while Judas was singing mostly to himself. And every now and again, another disciple passed him, or another person passed him. But I like that he was singing by himself. The way it's nice that it's more of he's in contemplation. I like that idea rather than him singing when he's talking, like he's singing to Jesus. I prefer him by himself a lot more, singing it. So he's on the stage, yes, and Jesus is over there, but it still feels like Judas is talking to himself. Then you have What's the Buzz? Let me try to cool down your face a bit. What's the Buzz? That song. And I always love that song. It's fun. It's really good. It sets things up really well. And what I liked about John Legend's performance as Jesus is that John Legend gave a sense of warmth when he was playing Jesus. He didn't just sing the part. No, when you are Jesus, you can't just be a great singer. You have to be a really good actor, and you have to know how to exude warmth with everyone around you. John Legend exuded warmth. I feel like he loved himself, because it's very easy in Jesus Christ Superstar to love, it's easy for the actor who can sing really well, but feels like he loves himself, and he's always shouting at his disciples and the people around him when they do something to make him upset. It sounds like he can be vain sometimes. Jesus can sometimes come across as self-absorbed and not loving anyone besides himself. It's all down to the actor to convey love, to convey warmth. John Legend, from the second he arrived, he conveyed warmth. That was important, as well as being a good singer. Then we get the actress singer who played Mary Magdalene. Perfect. She was great. She was a great Mary Magdalene. I could tell when she walked on stage she was going to be great. And she was great. Yes, she was. Judas, they were awesome. Boom. There's that. And then there's Everything's All Right, which is a song that we all love. We all love that song. And the argument between Jesus and Judas, again, well done as well. Then we get the Pharisees, and mostly Caiaphas and Annas. Well cast. Caiaphas and Annas also well cast a great deal. Caiaphas, oh my God, when that man starts singing, I was like, oh my God, he can go deep. Because Caiaphas, again, these are not easy roles to sing. They're not. And Caiaphas could go deep. And Annas, they made sure they got the right actor to play Annas, so his voice was higher, while Caiaphas was usually lower. And it worked well with that. So, yeah, the Pharisees. Oh, this Jesus must die. Very well done. I think the next one after that is Hosanna. Again, oh, so well done. Also, it's Hosanna, then Simon Zealots. And it was also, I love the way Simon Zealots, he looked the hair, and then he just up there at the mic. Very good. I admit I would have preferred it if Simon was just allowed to sing through the microphone on his, that usually is around the ear, than the microphone on the pole. Because even though the pole looks cool, it's sometimes actually you can get more singing range from the microphone on your ear. But either way, it's still really good. It's still really good. It's just a better, I like the sound that comes from the microphone that's, placed on the body rather than the microphone on a pole, even though the pole looks really cool. But again, I love Simon Zealots. It's really good. Great performance. Very much so. And then, Jesus, he scolds them, but again, it's down to John Legend. John Legend, when you sit there and he's talking to them about how, if you knew all that I knew, my poor Jerusalem, he feels like he's just talking to them. He's not shouting at them. Very well done with regards to that. And then I think after that, I think we have Pilate sing. I think this one Pilate sings. Sorry, I'm getting out of order, the songs. Pilate comes in immediately and gives that beautiful, simple song. It was effective, and I liked this Pilate. I love the Pilate from I like all the actors from the 1970s one, but I love the Pilate from that 70s one, or whenever that one came out with Ted Neely and Carl Anderson. And I was worried that this Pilate would not be as good as him, because that Pilate was just so awesome. Like he wore that cape really well. He just knew how to present the confidence about him. He felt great. But I really liked this Pilate too. I really very much did. And then comes the temple scene, and then after the temple scene, there's the scene where all the beggars are coming out, and oh my God, that was well shot, well done, and John Legend when he's just shouting out while all people are grabbing at him, will you touch, you can hold me, Christ, will you touch, you can heal me, Christ. Oh, so good. Sorry, thirsty guys, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Oh God, yes. And it was just incredible, and they're all pulling at him, and just John just belted out, and I was like, go John, legend, you're doing it, man. And then that came to an end, and then you had Mary Magdalene come in again and be awesome, and then she starts singing the song, the iconic song, I Don't Know How to Love Him. And the audience started cheering even before she sang. That's how much anticipated that song is, and she nailed it very well. It's kind of easy with that song to sound kind of whiny. It's a beautiful song, but if the actress puts too much, like, I'm crying while I'm singing, it can sound kind of whiny. But this actress, she made sure to keep it perfect. It got the emotion across, but the song still can carry through really well. Very good job again on her part. Then I believe come Damned for All Time, and oh yeah, that was great too, where Judas just runs in, he's talking to the Pharisees. Again, very good direction, very good choreography, because the Pharisees, they were in school, it was lighting, okay, good lighting designer, I'm sorry, I forgot about the lighting, great lighting designer, great choreographer, and great lighting designer, and great director. Because the Pharisees, there's 4 lights of squares, and there's a chair in each square, and the Pharisees, they come in and sit down in the chairs, and Judas, he runs in, and he talks to them in the middle of the circle, and every now and again, they switch chairs. Simple, but effective. Perfect. Sometimes less is more. And Damned for All Time, that was wonderful, too. Again, it's perfect. The guy who played Judas, I cannot sing his praises enough. He was perfect. Whoa. Sorry, I'm back. And then comes, I think if my memory serves me correctly, sorry if I'm getting these numbers out of sequence, then comes the Last Supper, which we're always looking forward to the Last Supper. The Last Supper is like, it's one of those self-aware lyrics. It's like, I always wanted to be apostle, knew that I could make it when I tried. Then when we retire, we can write the gospel. So people talk about us when we die. It's so self-aware. It's self-aware. I love those lyrics. And then that was really done, but then when Judas and Jesus, so John Legend and the actor who played Judas, began to argue with each other, that was really well done, because they both were really arguing with each other. They were moving around each other. It wasn't just Judas moving around Jesus and Jesus just standing there, or Jesus like throwing a temper tantrum. No, John Legend knew how to convey it. So he's talking, and he's giving he's singing the lines, but he doesn't sound whiny or annoying. He just is giving it, and it sounds full of emotion and intention without going too over the top and too bitchy. No, it doesn't ever sound like that. It sounds exactly how Jesus, you feel like Jesus would say these lines. But when Jesus and Judas are arguing, you feel it because both men were into the argument. Thank you. Thank you, singers. Then comes Gethsemane, or Gethsemane, however you pronounce it, tomato, tomato. Oh my God. Ooh. I was sitting there, before John Legend sang, I was worried, because Gethsemane is a hard song. It is painfully hard. You can be a great singer and suck at Gethsemane, or Gethsemane. He started singing, and there's one moment, this is showing how, like, they were really found a way to be different. With Gethsemane, there's this one moment where, Jesus sings Peter, John, James, and he repeats the names again, Peter, John, James. But in this one, they actually had him, he was not just saying, Peter, John, James, they're asleep. No, Jesus said Peter, John, James. Like he actually was asking if they're still awake. And I like that, where he's like, you guys, are you really sleeping on me? And I like that. It was it made it so real. So real. It was different than how it's usually done. Then came Gethsemane, or Gethsemane. John, again, I was worried, because again, you could be a great singer and suck at that. John, you knew your range, you knew your performance style, and you did it. John, you did a fantastic job. John Legend, you did a fantastic job. So fantastic. I am amazed by you. You did that number very well. You put your body into it, the way that the actor played Judas and everybody puts their body into these performances. It was incredible. And then Judas comes in and he betrays Jesus by kissing him. And then Jesus hugs Judas. And then comes all the reporters like, tell me, Christ, how you feel tonight. I was watching this with my mom. And she's like, oh, I love this part too, because it shows like, this is so ingenious. You have the idea of reporters like saying, tell me, Christ, what you gonna do? Do you think you've made anything? Yes. Do you think that you may retire? What would you do with your coming trial? I'm sorry, but stuff like that, it's really ingenious. Then they take him to Pilate, and then we get Pilate comes out, and Pilate says, you're Herod's race, you're Herod's case, so he then goes off to Herod. Oh, before that, of course, you had the Peter denying Jesus, and the actor who played Peter was also very good too. Very, very good Peter as well. Then we go to Herod, and then comes in Alice freaking Cooper. And Alice Cooper, he was, he did it. Alice just did it. Alice had the cane. Alice has the stage presence. Alice is like, I'm here. I'm awesome. Let's do this. And my mom said something that was really wonderful about Alice Cooper being cast as Herod. She's like, I'm sure like 60 years ago, this could never have happened. A man like Alice Cooper would never have been allowed to sing in Jesus Christ Superstar. Thank God the times have changed, she said. She was so happy that Alice Cooper was cast as King Herod, and how it showed how, well, we have really come far, and we really have. Because I loved Alice being cast as, Herod. And he just played it up so bad. And he even looked at the audience after he started singing. He's like, what? He thinks he's the king? I'm the king. I'm the king. He didn't say those words, but it's like he was mouthing them, and it really sold well. Then came one of my favorite numbers, if I can remember correctly. Sorry, I'm probably doing it. I want to say this next one. I believe it is Can We Start Again, Please? With Peter and Mary Magdalene singing. It was awesome. I knew it was going to be awesome. It's one of the best, for me, one of the best numbers in the show, because it's so poignant, but simple at the same time. Mary and Peter sang together very well, and then I think, if I'm not out of order, then comes Judas coming in and shouting again, and to the Pharisees, and singing, and then he has his song where he kills himself. And oh, that was so well done. Because before that, the ensemble left their scars, or the disciples left their scars on the stage. And I was like, why did they leave their scars on the stage? It's powerful to look at, but I wonder why they're doing it. And luckily, it was for a reason. Judas took the scarves and tied them in knots, then ran up the scaffolding. And then next thing you know, you see a ladder just plummet, implying that Judas hung himself. Sometimes less is more. You don't have to see him hang himself. You don't need to see it. It's implied. Very well done. Then it goes down to, yes, another trial where we got Pilate. And in this one, I love how it shows how Pilate realized this was the person he had the dream about. And this guy, like the Pilate in the Ted Neely, Carl Anderson one, he just sells confidence with his body movements. And oh my God, the 39 lashes of the whippings, perfectly done. I'm not going to spoil it. You guys got to go see it. Perfectly done. I absolutely loved it. And at this point comes my favorite number, or one of my favorite numbers of the musical, Jesus Christ Superstar. And I knew at this point, because I'd seen Judas after this, so many times up until this point, I knew he could do it. I knew this was going to be an awesome number. Holy freaking Herod, it was an awesome number. It was awesome. They like, this is the last song, we're going to do this, and we're going to do it brown, and they did it. Judas comes out with his 3 backup dancers and his whole ensemble dancing, and Judas just not only singing well and dancing incredibly well, he's on the ground sometimes rolling around while he's singing. His whole body is into this song, and when he just ends it, he ends it. But then it immediately, after that song, immediately goes right to Jesus is already on the crucifix. I loved that they wasted no time. Song ends, Jesus on the crucifix. John Legend's on the crucifix, and then it raises up. It does as he dies. Then the stage opens and creates a crucifix around his crucifix. Light shines behind him. He gets moved back behind the stage, and then it closes and creates a crucifix, but there's a light coming out of it to show this beacon of beautiful white light. Then curtain call. Holy crap, guys. That was awesome. My grade, I usually don't give grades, but I'm giving it a grade. This was an A+. A+. musical production of Jesus Christ Superstar. Guys, I hope you liked it, and I hope you liked watching this video. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and I had a great Easter. And again, guys, whether you are religious or not, it's all cool. It is all cool. I'm just speaking of this from a production, review, and it was a great production of Jesus Christ Superstar. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves too. Bye, guys.